Alright guys, sorry about that. Figured out why YouTube was being weird. That's the reason I have a part 1 to this video. Ran out of storage space on my phone. I went to go look in my, my videos, where all my YouTube videos are, and I had like 90 gigs of them. So, got the filter working. Like I was saying, ceramic rings come in a bag. I took them out. They're in my top tray, because it's biological filtration. What I like to do is, so what'll happen is the filter will pull in the water from this left tube. And they are marked. And then it sends it, like it comes down right through here. It's almost got like a little hole thing, and it pulls it down to the bottom. And then it pulls it from the bottom to the top. So what you have on the bottom tray will be the first thing that it hits. So I have some coarse filter sponge down there that's cut up. That's the only thing I recommend adding to this, is just some coarse filter sponge on the bottom layer. Because if you have fine on the bottom layer, you have fine on the second layer, and fine on the third layer, which is what they had. They had like one fine filter pad in each, and then they had like different stuff on top of each of them. It's not really a good, efficient system. Like, what you'd rather have is like a bunch of coarse filtration on the bottom, like a thicker coarse filtration. It's going to catch more of the big stuff. That's what I have. I got 2 coarse filter pads on bottom. I have 2 fine filter pads in the middle tray, the second tray. And it goes like, 3, 2, 1 on top of each other. So the third one is my coarse. The second one, the middle, is my fine filtration. And then the top one, I just opened the bio rings that they sent, and I added in my own bio rings too, my own ceramic rings, and the bio balls that they sent. And I just put them loose in that tray. They come in bags, but they don't fit flatly in there in the bags nicely. So I would just, the bag just unzips. Just keep the bag for something else. You use it for anything. Put something else in there inside the bag. Maybe if I were them, I would have put the bio balls in the bag, not the ceramic rings, because the bio balls float. The ceramic rings just kind of stay where they're going. So if you put them in a tray, they're just gonna sit there. It'll be fine. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. There was a shrimp alive in there. How'd he get in there, guys? I don't know if he hitchhiked on a plant, or if he was in the... Because this gravel I took out of the 20 gallon, and I don't think I got all the shrimps out. So I wonder if he's one of the ones that was in the gravel, and he survived me, like, manhandling gravel. He just, like, laid on one of the piles and fell in or something. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. Or he came in on one of these crypts or the Java moss when I put it in. That is also a thing. But yeah, I got 1 shrimp in there so far. Nice. That's surprising to say the least. And I didn't even notice. I'd never noticed him before. Oh, is this a snail? That may be a snail. We are not gonna have pond snails in here, probably. We don't want them. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that's not one. And if it is, it's not lasting long. It is a pond snail. It is now a dead pond snail. No offense to anybody who likes snails, but I don't love them. I like my mystery snails and Japanese trapdoors and everything like that, but I don't love pond snails. I let them survive in some of my tanks because they're such good algae eaters. They just really are. Speaking of algae eating, I just got to show you guys this really quick. Sorry for making it black for a second. I wanted to show you guys this, but I had to fix it first. What I did is I took some of that's that coarse filter foam that I was talking about, that I used for the bottom layer. And what I did is I just took some scissors and cut out like a hole in the middle of it a little bit, so it kind of sits in there. And then I'm hoping that the filter flow will actually hold it to it. Wow. That thing has like 0 flow. Well, hopefully it works pretty good. If I knew a way to rig a hang on the back filter to this, I would just have got an aqua clear filter. I'll just be honest. The only reason that I'm using a canister is because I have a drilled tank, and I wanted to make it that way to where it has the waterfall. So what I was talking about, algae eating, I put those 2 snails that were in that tank in here, and they went to town. Nerites, you know, I've heard a lot of people like complain about nerites, but look at that though. Like, you can see the marks. If it'll focus, it don't want to. No matter where I put it. Let's see if we can get it to focus. It's not gonna focus on that. But there's like little teeth marks out of it, like tracks where the nerites have moved through it. And yeah, the only one I had in there before was this little tiny horn nerite, and he just can't keep up. He's little. So yeah, these guys are really doing number on this. I might take both the small ones out and put them back in the 40 gallon, or in the 29 gallon, I mean, and leave the big one in here to algae control. I'm thinking about getting some more mystery snails too. I need some more of those. Maybe I'll just leave all the nerites in this tank. I might do mystery snails in the 29, and then they can breed, because mystery snails need a airline, like a level above the water line, so they can go above that. They lay their eggs above the water line, but where it's still like kind of humid. So in that tank, they would have a lot of space to do kind of what they want, and the eggs would end up being hidden and like shaded out by plants, and like they would probably really love that. So yeah, I probably might do that, honestly, because I've kind of wanted to breed mystery snails before, and they don't breed very fast, because they actually, so like others, like even nerites actually, they breed asexually. So they can just like lay eggs that are fertile. The only reason that they don't hatch in the aquarium is because the larval stage of nerites, like it's not, I don't know if it's really a larval stage, but it's like when they're babies, like when they first come out of the egg, they need brackish or salt water to hatch, or to survive as a baby, basically. Mystery snails don't need that, but the reason that they usually don't breed if you only have one of them is because they actually do breed sexually, like a lot of other, aquatic creatures that aren't snails. So that's pretty cool. I just think that's pretty interesting that there's a snail, because most snails I don't think do that. I think most snails have some way of reproducing asexually. And I don't know if you've ever seen like some of the pond snails we have. Like, I live in Illinois. Some of the pond snails we have in Illinois can actually reproduce through like budding. So like you will literally have one snail in like a cup of water, and it can like literally multiply into multiple snails. Like, it doesn't just like lay eggs and they take a day to hatch. No, like in the same 24-hour span, one snail will turn into like multiple snails. It's crazy. So it's just really cool that there's like, a couple kinds of snails or whatever that breed sexually, a couple that don't, and whatnot. Frog doing good back there. I don't know if I told you guys this, but one of these froggies got out of here. So I took a cut Tupperware lid and cut it so it'd be, more closed there. Yeah. He actually jumped out of this tank and like crawled across the ground through all this dust in like the corners and stuff, and was underneath my computer desk right there. And I looked down at my feet, felt something like hit my foot, and it was a frog. That was a little extreme for me. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video. Mostly a review on the Sun, but then I just got sidetracked, or the Polar Aurora filter rather. So Sun, Polar Aurora, they're all the same. It's LKF USA is the place, and the instructions were hard to read. Other than that, I'd say they're a good brand. So yeah, good review. Have a good day on YouTube, guys. Thanks.